share, and subscribe. Y'all, please share the video. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being a part of this YouTube community and family. Now, today on the roster, we have yours truly, PRE's own Grove Hero, in the recent interview he did about Big Jook that and how he and his partners initially laughed. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't agree with the laughing, but I feel like in Grove Hero case, he was just being honest. He said, no, him dying is wrong and what somebody done to him was wrong. But he also said, what goes around comes around. You know what I'm saying? I remember him doing the interview and saying that when Dolph hopped in his inbox to do the video major, he went to Big Jook to get his blessing. And Big Jook told him that if he did the video, he couldn't mess with him because Dolph was his ops. And Grow Hero said he felt some kind of way about that because if you're not helping me get bread and this man trying to put bread in my pocket, then why stop me from doing that? Whether it's your ops or not, I'm your partner. So why not give me your blessing and say, man, look, go over there and get the money, but come back to your family. Pretty much what Grove Hero was saying to me, saying in my opinion. My thing is that see, this is why I say this op stuff and all of this stuff is really weird because some people take it to the heart. Now, Jook could have been a man and said, you know, Grove Hero, you're my partner. I mess with you. Going on and go get your money. But you was CMG. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is that if you have some kind of talent on your record label and you know you're not utilizing them, why not let them go get money where they could go get money from? And Grove Hero said he stopped liking them after that because it's like I got a family to feed. I have kids, I have relatives, I have all kind of folks that depend on me, and you don't want me to go get no money because you don't like this man and y'all, have beef. Like what? Like you really gonna stop my livelihood because you got a disdain for another person? So my whole thing is that I think Grove Hero was 100% right in what he said, and I think he also showed us that he was human. He did say, yes, I laughed at it when Big Jet passed, but he also said it was wrong because the man had a family and, he shouldn't have died. But he also said that what goes around comes around. And I only think that Big Jet laughs because they, in the inside, they know, they all from Memphis. So they know what's being said, was the 40K real. They know all this stuff that we don't know. So in his mind, he laughed because he like, ha, you got what you deserve. But then the more human side of him came out and he was like, you know what, man, even though he did wrong, it wasn't right for him to get done wrong back. And I totally felt him on that. But I also felt him on the part when he said, why wouldn't he let me go get money to feed my family? If you my hard down partner, and it don't matter if that's your person who you don't like, it's your op, you're gonna simply say, man, go get your bread, go get your money. So I definitely respect Grove Hero and what he said and what he, I think he said he just spoke from a more natural place, like from a place, and it was authentic. He looked like he meant what he said, and he looked like he stand on it. And like I said, it's all about being genuine. Whether we like his response when he said he laughed, whether we like it or not, is what he felt at that moment. And at that moment, he just was like, it's funny. But then he had that moment to where the more human side came in and he was like, you know what, man, it's still wrong. And it was a very informative interview. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you talk to like the paper route guys, well, whenever we see interviews with them, even the CMG artists, I just did a video on Yo Gotti yesterday in the Forbes magazine. Like it come off is, nothing bring out more champions than tragedy. And I think that that type of stuff, like with Dolph passing, it probably brought the PRE guys closer. And even the same thing with CMG. You saw it at 42 Dub concert. There was really, it felt like unity. You know what I'm saying? Versus them guys being so rich, they living their own lives. One person is way in Bora Bora somewhere, and the other person is in Miami, and they rarely see each other and everything like that. But when there's things like that happening, it draws people closer together. That is not necessarily a sad thing. And my whole hypothesis on it is I don't understand why people be sad when people die. You should really be sad when they come into the world, not when they go out. Because when they coming in, is when they have to deal with all the monotony of day-to-day living. I mean, when you die, you're going to paradise. Like we be caught up on, in the manner in which they die, which is sad because no one should be dying from gunshot wounds unless it's like army personnel, a police officer, you know, or something like that. But I think that in some cases, it should just be natural causes. And, I think that Grove Hero interview was completely honest. And I think that he told his truth and he told what he felt. Because, come on, y'all, let's be honest here. We all could be honest here. We know when Dolph passed, there was people on PRE side. I mean, there was people on CMG side laughing. We know that. So Grove Hero only telling us what we already know. He ain't the only one probably laughing. It was probably a whole bunch of them. And on the CMG side, they was crying. But it's the same thing that happened on Dolph's side. A whole bunch of them on CMG was laughing, and a whole bunch of them on the People Rock side was sad. It's a never ending cycle of stupidity and stupidness. And I also think that it just show you how it just is traumatizing, and the cycle will never end unless somebody is big enough to say, "Yeah, I'm hurting, but I'm going to end it right here." And that is the most important thing that we need to take away from it. And in my opinion, I think Grove Hero admitted two things. That the number one thing he admitted is that he was human. The number two thing that he admitted is that murder is wrong. He admitted that. Now, and also too, it seemed to like a bit of a spiritual side too, because he was like, man, what goes around comes around. And that I think he's speaking particularly about the 40K allegedly put up on Dolph head. And also he had a bounty on his head too, because you picked the ops. You rolling with the people who we don't like. You turned on us now. There's no love for you too. So it's like I think when stuff get done like that, folks have a real disdain for other folks because it's like, wait, I was your partner. Now I'm finding out that you put 40K on my head. Like I never must have was your friend. I never was nothing you cared about. And you really gonna say forget my children? Cause that's what you saying to another man when you putting money on his head. You saying forget his kids and you want him out of there. So, like I said, the interview just showed us a side of Grove Hero. Cause like when you watch his interviews, he's so passionate. I think he's a fire sign. He got to be like Sagittarius or something like that. He's like real fiery. Like in his interviews and how he speak is real emboldening. You know what I'm saying? And real assertive. So my whole thing is that the interview was like a softer side of him, and it was like a more humanitarian side. That even though I'm mad at this dude and I don't really care for him like that, it was still wrong for him to die. And he pretty much made that clear in this interview. And like I said, this is the type of stuff that make me love humanity. When a person could say, yeah, I know I didn't like him. And yeah, he may have been responsible for the death of Dolph and even putting money on my head, but him dying was still wrong. and it let me know that Grove Hero is a man of faith. I guarantee you he believed that, you know, he's gonna get hands in the afterlife because he basically said he shouldn't have been killed. It was wrong. So a person who think like that, they they think along the lines of moral punishment, a punishment in the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? So I could say, way to go, to Grove Hero for the interview. It was very, very enlightening. Um, I liked everything that he had to say. And I watched the interview on him before when he was saying he ain't had no money. And, Dolph hit him in the inbox and, you know, got him, put him down for the major video. He did that, knocked it out the park. And then, Dolph just kept him with jobs. But now, as you can see, he's such a big comedian, bro. He buying up whole blocks in Memphis, and he made a park and all this stuff here, and letting the people live there rent free for years. So it's like, no, Young Dolph was on. He was on to something with that, and I believe all of them PRE dudes is doing the same thing. Dolph pretty much multiplied himself. That's why I don't think he really was worried about dying or anything like that, because he know he left a blueprint that can never be broken and it can never ever be taken away. We're probably going to be speaking about Dolph 100 years from now if they don't put him in a university like they did Tupac and they give lectures on him. You know what I'm saying? Like in Memphis. Like, I mean, he already got a street and he got that really fast. And I think, the city of Memphis just felt like they failed him and he died on their watch. And he was really like their golden boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, and he, I believe Grove Hero, he just pretty much said what everybody in Memphis pretty much probably thinking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we laugh, but at the end of the day, yeah, Big Jook was still human. He had a family, he had a wife. Yeah, even though we know he done some messed up shit, we still didn't want him to be assassinated. But my thing is that that determination was up to the killers, alleged killers, and you know the way it went, they already determined his fate. Before that day even started, they already knew. It's the same old thing like with Young Dolph. The people who took him out, they already knew they was gonna do that months in advance. They just figured, you know, we'll wait to not really paying attention. It's like I said, y'all think about it. Dolph and Big Jook been going in and out of Memphis. And we seen the McKee's cookie video. Dolph was riding in a whole white pickup truck. Not no camouflage car. He was in the pickup truck. So the one when he said fresh out the oven, when he did the video, and the girl Raven recorded him, and he said fresh out the oven, he was in the white pickup truck. So that tells me that he been going to Makita's. He been going there, and this is why I think the girl Raven was like, we can shut him up because I mean, and this the whole setup and stuff. That's all alleged. But my thing is that the reason why it's kind of believable to me because he been going there. And also, I think that he was like a silent partner in Makita's cookies or something like that. He was so kind. I don't see him meeting the parents and not trying to put something in their life. Young Dolph, the Makita's cookie mom and dad. Of course, he would have won in business with him because he was just that kind of kind person, and he a philanthropist. Like he into real estate and he into making money. So of course he will put money into a cookie shop. But what I'm saying, that video with the white F-150, not on the day that he died in a camouflage car, the white F-150. He been going to that cookie shop. When every time he go in Memphis, he go there. It's just that we never knew that. Raven done been knowing that. You know what I'm saying? And she could have just been a careless girl and just was like, let me put it on, Instagram just to show people, look, I got Young Dolph. So this is how we know, or he always go there. But that man probably been going there for years. You know how long he been living out of Memphis? He's been going back to Makita's Cookies every time he go to Memphis. And I think he went back there every single time. It's just like Big Jook. He used to go back and forth to the restaurant, back and forth to Yo Gotti and his restaurant with their mama. Yes, them people always went back to them spots. So it's not a coincidence that but it's only a handful of people that knew. Now, when Raven put the video up there, then we all knew that that's his favorite cookie shop, and he always go there. But I don't think the people who was killing him did it at the cookie shop because they had dealings with the cookie shop. No, I think they just followed him throughout the whole day. Dolph was on Instagram the whole day since he landed in Memphis. So it's not hard to track you when you're in Memphis because you know where these places are. You know how they look. So it's like, okay, he posted here, he posted at a restaurant, somebody uploaded a picture of him. And you know it's a small world. It's just like New Orleans, Texas, Atlanta, all these places. Everybody follow each other. So it's like, oh, she uploaded a picture. Oh, what is that? Oh, that looked like that was at a steakhouse. Okay, how many steakhouses they got in the area? It's just simple. And like I said, it's a lot of people was generous to that cookie shop when that shit happened because for number one, it's a murder that happened in your place. Number two, they getting all kind of bad publicity. So number three, they gonna need money, bro. Nobody's gonna wanna associate with the place. Okay? And the people, if they innocent people and they had nothing to do with it, they need to be able to start over. They need to be able to open another business somewhere. Like I said, you could put ties and this person or that person and that person or that person. Yeah, that is true. That could happen. But it's just like Big Joke with the that hall where they gave the reception that set him up. No, the people been following. When you is a high profile celebrity and you posting on your Instagram or Facebook or whatever you post on, that's regular people from your hood that follow you. That's been your friends before you became a celebrity. Some people don't purge their pages. They just have the same old classmates, everybody on there who they know. Because this the people who you know now when you get in the hundreds of millions. Yeah, some of them people you don't know because you're a celebrity and they just following you. But I'm talking about when you first sign up for Instagram and Facebook, what's the first thing that all of us do? We look for friends. We look for family. We look for people who we grew up with. Big Jip and I ain't different. Your guy and I ain't different. The Dolphin and I ain't different. We all do the same shit. And it's like when you busy day to day and you got somebody else running the page for you, they might not know the not they might not know to purge that page. They might just keep it the same and then the followers because it's really hard to purge them. That's what I'm trying to make y'all understand. It's hard to purge that shit, bro. When you trying to delete all them followers and you got a million. You know what I'm saying? You know how long it'll take for you to purge that stuff? Months. So what I'm saying is that, you know, a lot of it is just people want to blame other people, blame somebody for it. But the thing is that it's two factions that's had a disagreement with each other, and not it's to the point to where somebody got to die, a few people got to die. It's like we love to bring other people in there. Oh yeah, that person set them up. That person did that. That person did that. No, it's just with social media, just like the same thing with Pop Smoke. They were saying, "Oh, the girl set him up." No, we found out later that it was a bag with a receipt on it that showed the address. You see what I'm saying? It showed the physical address of the house he was at. So my thing is that we have to look at all these things, and before we point fingers, we have to look at all these things and gather evidence and use our brain and say what makes sense and what don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you can't nowadays you can't be saying what people done and what they didn't do because it could be slander, defamation. That's all kind of legal terms for this stuff that you could really get sued over. So my thing is that it's just very wise and it's very smart to be careful and choose your words wisely, especially when you're talking about something like that. Because look at it, what who that was on PNB Rock. They were saying the girl posted an Instagram picture, and we find out that the boy and the man been waiting outside for him the whole time. They're watching them. All this jewelry on. Okay, my thing is that if you go around a bunch of wolves with jewelry on and stuff that they can't never afford, why you think they're gonna let you walk away like that? Some people will congratulate you, and some people ain't will congratulate you. They don't want you to have no success. And this is the one thing we have to understand and realize in life. We live in a society where it's good people and it's bad people. And you could tell them by their actions. If it's somebody watching me on the corner, mean mugging me, I'm not going out there. Sorry. Not doing it. I'm gonna get a ride, I'm gonna get something. Cause to me, I just I just could feel the energy. But like I said, Grove Hero was a stand up for the interview, and I believe he was truthful. It seemed sincere, it seemed very truthful, and he just spoke what's on his heart. Like I said, you can't get upset with him because you know when Dolph passed, you know the other side was laughing, just like some of us. Oh, we so mad at you, God. You caused this to happen, but some of us was Yo Gotti fans, just like some of us was Dolph fans, and we have to be real and be 100% real and admit these facts. Some of us like both of them. Some of us like Dolph, and some of us like Yo Gotti. Just like back when Biggie and Tupac. Some of us was Tupac fans. Some of us was Biggie fans. We all the same fans. And some of us was yelling West Coast, and some of us was yelling East Coast. So my whole thing is when when you getting involved in all this stuff and you chanting this shit and you hyping these people on, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand what could come behind that. And what could come behind that is a whole bunch of celebrities that's no longer with us because everybody was PRE, CMG, you know? And it's like most of these rappers are entertainers. Bro, they come from the hood, bro. They ain't got no media coaching. They ain't, in the early 2000s and late 2000s, media coaching was gone. People weren't paying for media coaches. That's when record labels had big budgets and they signed you, they gave you big advances. Now they don't give you none of that. So now what you getting is that normal person who came straight out them projects. He gonna act the same way. It don't matter how much money he got, he gonna be the same old person he was. But before, they sent you to the school, showed you how to talk in the camera, showed you how to answer stuff properly. Like I think T.I. and them generation was the last generation, last class of rappers to get that. Rappers didn't get that no more. Yo Gotti didn't got it. You know, that's why when he do his interviews, it's a little more classier. It's a little more thought being put into the words that he's saying. Because when you take media coaching, that's what they do. They ask you a series of words over and over, and then you say it back to them. And eventually, as they keep coaching you, it's sort of like etiquette school. It's the same old thing. So my thing is that, bro, you get what you get, bro. Like, and if you from the projects, or you from an urban neighborhood, and your partners from an urban neighborhood, even though y'all in Beverly Hills, what that mean? There's no difference between the rapper, the Crip and Blood. It's no different. It's just that the rapper could pick up a mic and rap, but he still got the same mentality in his brain. So there's no difference, y'all. So it's like, why was we expecting for Dolph and Jook or any one of them to settle beef, you know, handle their stuff peacefully? I come from the hood, man, fresh out the hood. What in the hood we set our shit differently, not like corporations. When corporations have bickerings, they just get lawyers and then they just tear each other up like that, and whoever got the most money win. I mean, quite frankly, but and this is why Big Jook or him ain't had security, cause in their mind, I mean, I'm in my neighborhood. Like everybody know me here. Nobody's gonna bother me here. And like I said, with Dolph brother taking the P on side of Makita's, they been going there. He been taking the lead on side that same building. So my whole thing is, but the only thing I'm confused with it is like I'm like, if you got shot from the outside, how your body go to the if they shooting from the front of the building, why how come his body didn't fall in the building? How come it fell in the back of the building? So that's the thing I didn't understand, and I still don't understand it to this day. And like same thing with Big Jook. He only had one security person, probably his partner. You know what I mean? Like, but if you see your guy, he know you can't move like that. He seen too many people get killed, so he know. No, you need real police. You need the National Guards. You need the Army. You need the Navy. When you're going back to these places, look, it ain't about no who got love for me. It's about being smart and it's about living. And this is what your guy showed us. Like he's smart, bro. You think a man that been on the top of the record label that long and sitting down with Jay Z and getting a record deal with Jay Z is not smart? No, he's smart. And he probably told Jook, "You want security? You want me to leave you, son?" Jook probably said, "I'm a man from these streets." We all have brothers, man. You try to warn them about shit, they don't listen. So at the end of the day, you got to live with the decision that they make. If he decides to say, "Man, I don't want security," I mean, you could leave him some, but he might just tell us security, "Go ahead, man, I don't need you." So then what? You're paying him for nothing. So, and I believe your guy that had a conversation with him and said, "Man, you want some security? You want me to lead some protection?" See, a lot of people saying he left his brother without that, but I don't think that was the case. I think he asked him, and I think Joe probably said no. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know, like from being in the hood and stuff and everything too. I have a lot of partners that died, and I know like days before they passed away, they just know it. Some people just know it, bro. They just feel it. They know it. Like I was watching the Osama guy, I think, and the little rapper Osama, and God bless the dead. When I watched his documentary, he was saying in the documentary like he felt that something bad was gonna happen to him. You know what I'm saying? I had a cousin that was the same way. He just felt it. He just like, I ain't gonna make it. I ain't gonna make it to the end of the year. But it's when you do so much stuff, man, eventually there's a price to pay for these things. And at the end of the day, it's sad, but we just have to understand this. People who do the right thing get the right things. People who do the wrong thing get the wrong things. And my whole thing is this is what Grove Hero was saying. What goes around comes around. When you do bad, you get bad. Like he was being sympathetic, but he also teaching us the realistic approach behind these things. We could have wanted any kind of outcome for Big Jook, but that wasn't the outcome that was gonna come. Cause the outcome that gonna come is how you live. Like I have a whole lot of partners who was street people. Some of them died of aneurysm, and they used to be slinging that iron. You know what I'm saying? And they just ain't died by bullet. But I had a whole bunch of them died by bullets, and some getting life in jail. Got life in jail. So I'm just being honest with y'all. I think that whatever you sow on earth is what you get. If you no good, you're gonna get no good stuff. If you're rotten, you're gonna get rotten stuff. If you're a pleasure to be around, you're gonna get pleasure. If you sweet, kind, and nice, you're gonna get this stuff in return. And then some things it depends on how you handle it. Like I know a partner of mine who got robbed by a person, and he went back. He did the police report and everything, but then he saw the dude who robbed him and killed him. And Now he's in jail for life. Because guess what? How the law works is that that higher crime gonna always that higher crime gonna over trump that lower crime. And his robbery ain't had nothing on him murdering him. And he doing life in jail right now. When he could have just let the police call him and the police would have gave him 20 off the dump. Because it's a robbery with a firearm. 20 to 25 years is what I believe that carry. But now he doing life because, but it's the street codes. He stuck all the way to the street codes, and that mean that when you stick to that kind of code, you got to sacrifice. You got to give something up. You got to give your life up, man. You have to give up something if you're gonna stick to it. If you're gonna if somebody gonna rob you and you're gonna go take their life in hand, understand it's murder, bro. They don't care about no what he robbed you. If he robbed you and it's in a commission and you shoot him, then it's different. But if it's 3 4 days later, no, this is premeditated. So my thing is that we have to realize that is that you have to be smart. You have to be smart and use your brain. And karma is for real. Y'all call it karma, but I just think that it's God, man. So it's like, no, you have to be careful about what you do. Be careful about the people who you listen to. Be careful about the company you keep. All of that stuff. Because some people will get you sent up the road or get you sent up to the heaven, upper room. So sometimes you gotta have your own. Nah, man, I ain't into that. I had plenty of people trying to come on, man, come join us over here a long time ago. I just used to say, no, man, I'm straight. I'm going to my job. And I've been going to my job for 20 some years. But a lot of them in jail and dead. So who made the right choice, me or them? So my whole thing is that, you know, I think Grow People was right. And I think that, he touched on a lot of great topics. And I think, you know, unfortunately he was just being really truthful. And he just was really being authentic. And he really was saying what he felt. And you got to commend him for that, even though it's a man died and he initially laughed. A lot of people do that when they hate a person or when they have a disdain for them or they really don't care about them. A lot of people do that. So he just being a human being and just being all natural. And, at the end of the day, in this interview, kudos to him. I think he said his truth and he said what he felt. And we can't judge the man for that. Because guess what? Like I said, when Dolph passed away, it probably was a lot of them laughing on that side. I mean, and we also know that Big Jook, he ain't hold back his tongue about what he felt. So right now, it don't make no sense for none of us to act like it was something decent between them because we know they ain't like each other. Not really more on the dog side because he never spoke on them, but we know for a fact Jook ain't care for him because we saw what he said when he did the live video of the mirror. We know that of the mirror or dog. We know that. So my thing is that if a man put me on, something happened to him, and the person who was responsible for something happening to him passed away, I might laugh too. But then I might be like, you know what, man, that ain't funny. He is a human. He got children. That's just the human response. We can't judge people because they having a human response. We may not like it, but we can't judge them because it's a human response. Grove Hero is a human being. And all the emotions and stuff he felt. I mean, the man got on the live screen and said that this man allegedly put 40K on his head and Dolph head. So obviously he gonna feel some type of way when he meet his demise. Like I don't get how people don't understand that, and you're giving a man backlash. What you giving him backlash for from being a human being? If it was one of your cousins or one of your uncles or something like that, and you find out the person who's responsible for that die, You might laugh too. But then you might say, you know what? I feel kind of bad because he do have children. He do have a wife. You know, he shouldn't have died. He should have just rotted in prison. So my whole thing is that we have to look at that, and what he did was just regular what all of us do. All of us, just like I said, sometimes you got to put yourself in other people's shoes, and then you could say what you'll do. You can't say what you'll do if you're not in his shoes. Like them boys loved off. They actually loved off and they adored him, and you could tell they loved him and adored him. So of course, anybody who is allegedly responsible, allegedly had anything to do with it, of course they're gonna want something to happen to them. That's just the normal human response, bro. That's just like if it was one of our relatives. You know how many times we watch some stories and we see them people when they get found guilty of murder, and the people say, "Your life ain't enough. Life ain't enough for them. What something else could happen to them." You rarely hear in them kind of cases what people say, "Well, he got life in prison. He got what he deserved, life for life." No, they don't say that because they want you to suffer how they suffer. They want you to feel how they feel. So what he's saying is a natural response. But I loved it how the human side came out and he said, "You know what? I feel kind of bad because he do have a wife and kids, and him getting murdered is bad." Jook never said that about no young Dolph. This is the thing y'all missing. Jook never said nothing like that about Dolph in no interview. Well, you know what? He had kids and a wife. He never said that. So them PRE guys is way more remorseful than anybody was for their leader. Now we got to look at that point. Like I said, you could give Grove Hero backlash and all kind of stuff. But my thing is, do anybody think about when them boys was going through what they was going through, and people was laughing at them, and all the memes and coming from the other side? Because a lot of us ain't in Memphis, but imagine that, okay? And Grove Hero was being way more gracious than they was to them, cause everybody know that boy got on that live and said how he felt when he was at that mirror. He meant that. He meant what he was saying when he was at that mirror. So it's just like when somebody died from drugs. He died the way he wanted to die. What you sad for? If I'm on methamphetamine, I like fentanyl, and I die from it. Well, shit, let me die. I'm doing what I like to do. That's what a person like that tells me. So if he at the mirror and he marking off or whatever, that's what he wanted to do. He showed you in so many videos that he wasn't a fan of the man. So why we want to give Grove Hero backlash? That's how they feel, and that's how CMG feel. This ain't Jook ain't the last one. There's gonna be more shit that happen, and maybe on PR CMG side, they're gonna probably be smoking fat cigars. We said when all these little fashions beef, somebody die, once I celebrate, woo, drop the confetti and all this crazy ass shit. They ain't realizing it's a dead ass, dead human being. Somebody love him, somebody cherish him, somebody care about him, and he passed away. It's nothing. It's nothing to celebrate. It's not people celebrate when they win Super Bowls, when they win NBA championships, when they finish law school, when they have their first baby, when they get married. That's when you celebrate. When an old person in the 80s go to the grave, you celebrate, woohoo, because they lived a long life. Somebody get a promotion at a job. That's what you celebrate, not murder and mayhem. Who in their right mind want to celebrate anything like that? But what I'm saying is that we have to realize what Grove Hero said was the normal human response. Is it wrong? No. Is it right? No. It's not none of the above. It's just his response, and he entitled to it because he grown. And we can't tell people how to feel. Oh, you should. Why would anybody fake the way they feel? Why would any human being do that? If I clearly dislike this man, I just dislike him. It's just like in that DMX song when he say, "Preacher," he say, "Preacher telling the truth and it hurts." It's for real. This is real, and it's like you can't be dissing dead folks and thinking they're gonna turn out well. You can't be defecating on their grave sites and thinking they're gonna work out well. You can't be doing these things and thinking that it's gonna work out well because we serve a higher power that looks down on everything and everyone. And he's just. So whatever you wish upon somebody or do to them, gonna come unto you. Okay? It's just that simple. But if you do the right thing and you be the bigger man to say, you know what, man, I ain't worrying about it. What you said to me hurt me. I'ma stay away from you. You live a long time. I did it. Buku family members, man, I'm going on this journey right here. I said, man, my mama told me never to be a follower, man. I'm gonna work my job and I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want you to do me no favors. Because that's how they suck in. Let us do you a favor. Let us protect you. I don't want any of that. I can protect my own self. Matter of fact, I serve a God that could protect me. But what y'all think about that, man? Y'all think Grove Hero was wrong? Or y'all think that he was right? I think that he stand on what he believe. I think that it's his convictions. It's what he feel. And we should just support it. You know what I'm saying? Like Yo Gotti did this interview and I liked it. I like what he said. I like what he felt. And he was looking sharp like he was in good spirits. So my thing is that my only thing with this is that not that all these deaths didn't happen. What not? Because Grove Hero said, even though Jook gone, it can't bring back Eminem. And he's absolutely right. It can't. It can't. See, that's the whole purpose of free will. Free will means even if you want to kill a man, it's your free will. But remember, them free will come with consequences if you do that. And sometimes it don't be jail. Sometimes it's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, playboy. And it's life, man. It just depends on whoever trying to get the justice. If the cops catch you, then you're going away for life. But who's to say that even gonna be easier? So my thing is that this is why you got to think about what you're doing before you do it, and know what you're doing, and be smart about what you're doing, because these stuff have life and death consequences, and we got to be out here and we got to be thinkers. Use the very most important thing that God gave you, your brain. You don't got to be nobody else. You don't got to go seek vigilante justice. You don't got to do any of that. Who's telling you to do that? Nobody. You could just forgive, or you can move on. Because, like I said, you vengeance for somebody who gone and passed away. Can they see you got vengeance for them? Do they even know you got vengeance on them? Do they even remember this lifetime? This is things you got to ask yourself. Because when you're born in the world, you come in the world knowing nothing. You don't know your former life, and you don't know. You learn as you get older and you grow here, and you know things. So what you think happens to you when you die? Your memory go to zero, I believe, because you can't go to the next place you're going to if you remember all the beautiful things that happen here. You'll be trying to fight to get back. So I think it's a design purpose. This is why babies don't know anything when they born onto earth. Because if they knew how beautiful their life was in heaven, why would they want to come here? Why would I want to come here when there's a place that I'm staying at with no pain, no debt? I don't have to eat. I'm walking on gold roads because this is what heaven looks like. So I think it's like that. So I just think that some ways, our ways is just foolish. You know what I'm saying? Like, let justice prevail. You know, let the laws handle this stuff. That's what the authorities made for, to lock people up and throw away the key. You know, but when you take these things in your own hand, then whatever comes is what you get. It might be going to jail for life, or it might be somebody just hit you with the blicky. I'm just saying, this life. So it's like, no, I'm not into retribution or nothing like that. I believe that the law could prevail in anything. It's just, you're living in a time where people ain't really witnessing. They don't really want to get themselves involved in that. They don't really want to put their family in jeopardy. So you mean we living in that type of time. But my thing is that even though it's like that, you have cameras everywhere, bro. They solving murders at a higher rate right now because people is not really aware that there's cameras literally everywhere. Even on the back of some people's houses is cameras. Even in the trees by the mailbox is cameras. Pretty much everywhere you ride at is cameras. And especially in these major cities. So and now they taking the crime so serious, bro. Simple robbery, they got you on camera, they looking for you. Robbery, they got you. Just stuff that they never did before. The criminal justice system is transforming right before our eyes, bro. Pretty soon you ain't gonna need a rat. The camera gonna take you. You can't the lawyer cannot disprove what's on the camera. He can't. It records whatever is happening. It's way better than an eyewitness. You don't forget nothing. Did he have on a blue shirt camera? Nope. The camera gonna show you what shirt they had on. But an eyewitness, they might forget the camera. You could shave your hair, you could dye your hair, you could put on some different sneakers, you could grow a little beard, a lot of stuff. But the cameras don't never lie, bro. They know exactly who you are. So my thing is, I'm just saying, y'all, it's it's the 21st century we're in, and the way they solving crime is gonna be totally different. And it's like you ain't gonna have to get like retribution, bro. You just gonna have to just play it out, let the camera solve the shit, and that way you ain't a fucking rat. And guess what? The camera ratted on you. And that's what I always say. Why people don't say surveillance cameras are rats? Or you ain't gonna pick on the camera, just a human when you rat. But you got a camera right there ratting too. You ain't gonna say nothing about the camera though. Huh? Some people crazy. That's what I'm saying. Is you doing shit all under the cameras, all on camera, and you worrying about a human ratting on you, but you ain't worrying about going to destroy the cameras. Cause you can't, even if you get there and destroy it, some of it is saved on iCloud, so they're still gonna be able to find it. Like this is my whole thing about this shit, bro. It's we have become literally so pea brain to where we just doing shit like defecating on people's graves and being disrespectful to the dead. Like, bro, the dead person can't even hear you. He not even in there no more. So you pretty much peeing on the ground for nothing. Like my whole thing is the shit is stupid and it's pointless. And we really need to knock it off as a society. I seen the one thing where the boy went had sex on the man grave. Do you think the dead corpse could see you have sex on the grave, bro? I just want you to make me understand what you're doing here. Cause the person in the casket can't talk, can't walk, can't hear. You remember the old saying, a dead man can't tell no tales? What is you doing that on his grave for? He don't know. Okay? The person, not his spirit, not even in the body no more. That person who was your op is no longer in that shell no more. He ain't there no more. He in the next life. So that's why I'm saying it's pointless. And it's pointless to try to say somebody snitching on you when you know you did murder. It's pointless. Real men gonna go up there and say, "Yeah, I shot him. I ain't never liked the nigga." That's how I think it should be done. You gonna live that way, be a man that way. That's a real gangster to me. But really and truly, it's just stupid because you flunking out in life when you could be out here winning and being productive and doing shit and helping your family and helping your loved ones get to the American dream. But you ain't doing that. You out here killing each other for shit that don't even matter. You know somebody could be your ops today and be your bestie tomorrow. And vice versa. Somebody could be your best friend right now and be your ops tomorrow. That's how stupid that is. Like if you my real life partner, you gonna be my real life partner for life. That's my thing about it. It's stupid. It don't make no damn sense, and it's irritating as hell to see people do shit like that. Like what the hell is all this shit? My ops, my ops. All you, all you people, black and y'all look alike. Okay, my auntie know your auntie, your grandpa know my grandpa. Like, how can you be an ops when you have all this family history and community history? Some of them people grew up in the same community. Grandpa and grandma from the same neighborhood as his grandpa and grandma, and they shooting guns at each other like no tomorrow. Just, just, just the craziest shit ever, and I really don't understand it. Like, I got more better shit to be doing than to be talking about somebody is my IP and I don't like him. And for what? Anything he could do, I could do better. Anything I could do, he could do better. So it's perilous. It don't make a bit of sense and it's stupid. But I think Grove Hero was just saying what he really felt. He really stood on what he felt. And at the end of the day, he's right to have his opinion. He's right to feel how he want to feel because CMG feel how they want to feel. So Paper Route Entertainment can feel how they want to feel. All them boys. We can't tell them how to feel. We can't tell them what to do. We ain't lost no, we ain't had no pony in that horse race. They did. So all we could do is hope and pray that somebody gets some common sense to say, man, look, there's been a lot of bloodshed, but let's just mediate this thing. Let's just put a difference. Yeah, y'all lost people, we lost people too, but look, from now on, we ain't gonna feud with each other. We just gonna coexist. You know, like we got to stop depending on Farrakhan. Now Farrakhan way too old. He can't be mediating shit now. You need new people to do that now. You need new leaders to step up and know how to cool the temperature, and so level heads could prevail and people could talk. They used to do it all the time back in the days. There's nobody doing that now. So it's unfortunate and it sucks. But I think that Grove Hero, he was right to say what he could say, and he could say what he say, and he stood on it. And you know, it is what it is. We gotta respect that type of stuff. So, like I said, I just wanted to hit you guys up with a video. Thank you guys for coming in, subscribing, and checking out the video. You know, y'all go watch the video. Go watch Grove Hero interview for yourself. And you know, come in the comment box and tell me what's the parts y'all like. I love the whole entire interview, just like I love the Yo Gotti interview too. Real informative interview. It sort of puts you in the mind of how mature they all really are, considering the circumstances. You know, because I don't know how many people could do interviews and then have people close to them die like that. Like, you know, grieving is not just a couple of months. Sometimes I had a cousin die, and I mean, she died shit 14 years ago. Still grieve over it to this day. So, man, you know what? I appreciate you guys. Remember, this is our community. So you can post whatever you want. You can write whatever you want. You could comment whatever you want. Just keep it classy, y'all. Nobody gonna get banned. This is the people channel. And I just want to thank you guys for all the support and all the love that y'all been showing me. The channel is growing. I love it. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, peace.